Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, so in the last class we discussed about access modifier, right? That was our last topic. So if we can focus so far 2 weeks we have completed, right? We have started our journey with basics of automation. Then in week 1 we have discussed about Java, what exactly Java language it is, how to install, right? Eclipse and all, and plus how to write our basic programming, correct? In Java you need to understand whenever any programming language actually you will be learning, right? At that time you need to understand how the internal process it is, okay? How the code we need to write, and whenever you write any program, how exactly that program is executed, correct? So we discuss about internal mechanism of JVM, how the code exactly executing, what is class, what is object, that is a core component in Java. In last week, we discussed about different types of variable, different types of method in Java, plus different types of data types in Java. Plus we discuss concept of, okay, typecasting. Like somewhere what we can do, one type of data we can convert into another type. So that is called typecasting concept. But we have learned with three different ways. One is primitive to primitive, where we have default type like implicit and explicit casting, which is simply work with the primitive data. But as I told you, in real time, we don't work directly with primitive. We generally work with object. So you should know what is object to primitive conversion or somewhere primitive to object conversion. So that thing also we have completed with the help of wrapper class. After wrapper class, we have completed operator topic. After operator, last topic it was related to access modifier. So Java supports 4 access modifier. Okay, so far we have discussed only 3, because the fourth one, protected, that you will get to know once we start with inheritance topic. Okay, so we have discussed so far like, okay, there is a private access modifier, public modifier, and even there is a default modifier. Whenever you don't write any modifier, that element or that method or that variable will be considered as a default type. Okay, when you write private, that means that data we can access only within a same class. Public means everywhere we can access that data. But default having two scope. Within same class you can access. In fact, within same package by any other class also you can access that default data. But whenever you change the package, you will not able to access default data. So just remember so far, like this is how we have executed and learn the particular topic. Correct? Now from today, we'll be starting with some building blocks of Java, the more core important topics. Like we did discuss about like, okay, what is object, right? Whenever you create an object, there is a one more interesting component available, constructor. So now in the building blocks, we'll be learning what is constructor. Before constructor, in the last class, I mean, we have just discussed what are the different types of methods available in Java. So there are two types of method, implicit, explicit. I mean implicit method, or we can just call it as what? Instance method, correct? Not implicit, I can say instance method, which has a scope related to object only. But second method is static, correct? If you declare static method, you don't need any object and you can directly execute static method by any class name. That is what we have discussed. But let's talk today more about the method, how exactly we can make a method as a dynamic method. Means we can pass some parameters to the method. Whenever you are passing parameter, what is the purpose of return keyword in Java? That topic we'll be learning today. So before coming to the directly method part, let me discuss about the package. Very first in Java, what does mean by package? See, package is nothing but it's like a container where you can store group of classes. Okay, in Java, package is a mechanism, okay, which organizing Java classes into namespace. Means every package should start with small case letter, and we generally follow some standard, right, to write a package. Somewhere like this, com dot, suppose whatever your project name it is, you can write that project name dot, and then particular, what exactly part you are writing for that particular project. Let's say in framework, generally we design something like this, okay, pages, then somewhere you can write dot test cases, right? This is what some naming convention which you need to follow while designing the package. So in Java, there are two types of packages available, user defined and the predefined. Guys, user defined means Now, while writing the code, okay, these packages I have declared com.week1, com.week2. This is what user defined package because we have defined it. But what is meant by predefined packages? Some special classes in Java you need to explicitly import, okay, with the from the particular package. Example C. Suppose here in this class, I'm just writing file, okay? File is a class in Java. Suppose I'm writing file F1, I'm just creating object and file, okay? So initially what Java will tell you, okay, this is a class which you are using, but please import it. Import it from the accurate definition. So which definition? There are three common packages which you should know. Java.io package, which is for input output operation. Java.lang package, which is related to language. And third is Java.util package. These are the most common packages that we follow. So if I can keep my mouse pointer here on the file class, you can see it is asking me import file class from which package? Java.io package. Now just have a look. When I import, this is how the import statement I'm getting. And now I can access that file class and its method and I can perform some operation. Are you getting my point? So in a future classes, we'll be talking about this kind of predefined classes also, which you will be importing from specific classes. If time permits today itself, I will be talking about scanner class. So where you will understand how to import scanner class from java.util package. So three packages are important. Sometimes in interview, people might ask you, at least prepare, okay? Like explain five classes in from this particular packages. Means what classes comes under java.io package, you need to explain that. Somewhere java.lang, which is important. In fact, java.util. You know, all the collection framework classes you can just import, okay, directly from java.util package. But let me tell you, people might ask you, who is a super class in Java? Guys, complete Java programming design in inheritance, okay, inheritance principle. So we have a super class in Java. That class name is a object. And do you what? Do you know what the object it is? Actually, it is a super class, okay? Entire Java programming, it is based on inheritance. So I can say this is my parent class. All the classes, whatever you are designing, those are the child of this object class. But do you know object class coming from which package? So the package name is java.lang. Okay, so remember object is a part of lang package. You guys have used string class, correct now? So actual definition of string class is where, in which package? Again, it is a part of java.lang package only. So these package information are important. There are many packages, like somewhere if you wanted to perform any mathematical operation. So we have java.math package also available. But these three commonly we follow. Okay. So IO means input output, right? There are certain input output operations we are able to perform. So few classes you need to explicitly import from that specific package. And that time you need to follow this import statement. Import and the package name and that class name, which class you are looking for. Clear? So we will discuss again the ready-made classes which we'll be using in a future session, right? To understand particular topic. And at that time you will get to know what exactly package it is. So in general, what happen, any class whenever you design, definition of class is always available inside the package. Clear? So package is again another interesting block which is important to know. So in a simple word, you can just refer package is what? It is a storage where you can just keep all your classes. Okay. Now let's talk about very interesting topic, methods in Java. So guys, we discussed two methods and you know that two rules, right? If it is any method, if you declare without any static keyword, that method becomes instance, and to call that method, you need an object. But if any method, if you declare with static keyword, method becomes static method and you don't need an object to call it. That is a very basic concept. But then from this topic, what we'll be learning, guys, somewhere we need to understand just to make our code dynamic. Okay, whatever codes you are writing, now we need to make it dynamic. So we need to understand very interesting topic, parameter passing. Okay, first of all, how many ways are there in Java to pass any parameter? Guys, there are two ways. One is compile time parameter passing. Another one is runtime parameter passing. Means we can pass a parameter at compile time, we can pass a parameter at runtime. First of all, you need to understand meaning. What does mean by runtime? What does mean by compile time? While writing a code itself and while calling that method itself, if you pass any argument, means real data to that method, that is called compile time parameter passing. So compile time means decision will be taken care by the compile time. Okay. Runtime means when you execute the code and from that output window, you are passing something that is called runtime parameter passing. But guys, there are two ways we need to understand. Parameter passing, okay? Parameter passing without return. Yeah, somewhere what we do, we pass a parameter, we perform the operation, and we just print the result. We don't return anything from the method. But somewhere it is important to know what does mean by parameter passing with return. Somewhere here you need to understand purpose of return keyword in Java, which is very special keyword. Whenever you need to retrieve any data, whenever you need to share any information from any method, method has to return that data. Whenever any method has to return something, method will use return keyword of Java. So we'll be learning this topic, how I can use return keyword. And without return also, if I wanted to write any method, I wanted to pass any parameter, how we can do that. Once you understood this topic, then I will be talking about calling techniques. Calling techniques means where you will be learning method chaining, which is very interesting, very, very important. What does mean by method chaining? Second, we need to understand builder pattern in Java, which is very important in Selenium. Okay. What does mean by builder pattern? How the Selenium developers develop their code. Why we write in a single line all this multiple method, why we are able to call. That part you will understand with the help of builder pattern. But to understand builder pattern, there is a one more special keyword you should know. That is this keyword. So what I will do before builder pattern, I'll explain you constructor and then I will talk about this keyword. And once this keyword is clear, then we will discuss about builder pattern, which is very important in automation. Okay. So let's talk about parameter passing. How we can pass a parameter and how we can return the data from the method. So guys, now first of all, I will be creating third package. Okay. Let me create a new package for today's session. I mean for this week. Com dot, let me take a same format, week 3. Okay. And under week 3, I will be creating first a class related to compile time parameter passing. So I'm giving a same name, compile time. Okay. Compile time parameter passing. So parameter passing plays important role. We can pass a parameter and we can execute the method. Just have a look. Now guys, Java is completely bottom up approach, right? Means main function is an entry point. But to run anything, we need a main function. But now what exactly, how exactly code you will be writing? First of all, you need to declare a method. You need to pass a parameter to that method. And then only through the main you are calling it. Means this is a bottom up approach. We are designing sub functionality first and then we are calling it through the main function. Got it? So first of all, I will be creating method. Just have a look. Suppose I'm creating very simple method, add method. Okay. I'm declaring two variable. Integer a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. And yes, very straightforward operation. I'm just writing addition is, and that is absolutely in bracket. I'm writing a plus b. Now everyone, if I ask you a very simple question, how many parameter I have passed for this add method? Can you tell me the answer? What do you think? How many parameter I have passed to this method?
Two parameters.
Okay. Now the point is, when you can say you are passing any parameter to the method, please have a look. Within a method, okay? Within a method, if I declare anything, so I design, okay, let me just, at this moment, I design add method, correct? And inside the method, I have declared two variables like integer a and b. Now you tell me, what are these type of variable? Absolutely those variable you declare within a method. We can call it as local variable. When you can say parameter you are passing, if you pass something within this round bracket, then only you can say you are passing some parameter to the method. Currently, this method is a zero parameter method because I haven't passed anything to this method. Now clear? Whenever you observe method is designed something like this, means I'm passing here, right? A I'm passing. And absolutely we can't write only variable. We need to declare data type also. So what type of data it is? I'm passing integer A. Then I can say how many parameter I have passed? Absolutely one parameter I have passed. Here I have passed zero parameter. So are you getting my point? When you can say any parameter you are passing, if you observe anything within that round bracket, then only. At this moment, I will say zero parameters. We have zero parameters, but we have two variables. Those are local, right? So I can call this method. Now I don't need to pass any data to this method. Agree? I can directly call and the method will perform addition and method will print the result. Okay. How we can call this method? See, general rule. Method is instance. I need an object. Correct? So first of all, I'll copy the name, class name, and let me create an object. Class name, let's say object is C1, new, and I'm writing constructor. Now with the help of C1, I can call add method. See, I'm not passing any parameter. I'm just calling a method. When you run this code, you will see the result. So we are not passing anything to this method and I'm getting direct result addition is 30. Now guys, main function is where we are calling methods. Correct? Now please tell me, suppose I'm designing in this manner. Public void sub. Here I'm writing integer a, comma integer b. And at this moment, if I ask you how many parameter I have passed to this method, absolutely answer will be 2. Two parameters I have passed to this method. Now another question. People might ask you then what type of variable these are? Absolutely these are variable only, right? Remember within a block, okay, if you are passing anything, that means it is local. These are local variables only. We can't say it is an instance. Okay. So at this moment, even though I'm passing as a parameter or even though I'm declaring inside that method, that will be local data only. Great. So I'm passing some data. Now I wanted to perform some operation. Okay. What I'll do, either I will directly write that operation. Okay, fine. Something like this. Subtraction is, and here I'm printing that. Okay. A minus B. Otherwise, what else you can do? You can take a extra variable, integer c is equal to a minus b, perform operation. And here instead of this particular operation, I can just print c. So it is up to you what operation you are performing. At this moment, what will happen? My method is designed. This is the definition of subtraction method. But again, to call this, I need to come to the main function, right? Now from the main function, I'm calling subtraction method, but please have a look definition. If the definition is ready, Java is asking you call this method and pass here two argument. Are you getting my point? So whenever I call, by default, I'm getting 0, comma 0. Why we are getting 0, comma 0? There is a reason. Guys, currently the data which we are passing integer data. If there is no data, Java will internally assign default value of integer. So default value for every integer family, that is 0. Correct? Default value for string, which is null. So that's the reason here I'm getting 0 by default. But guys, this is the main concept. Please understand. When we pass, okay, when we pass real data, which is actually called in technical word arguments, okay, to the method, to the method, while calling that method, while calling that method is called compile time parameter passing. Okay, are you understanding? Whenever I'm calling that method, whenever I'm passing data to that method at the time of calling, okay, that is called compile time parameter passing. So at this moment, how many parameter I'm passing? I'm passing two parameter. Means I'm passing suppose first number as a 90, second number as a 100. This is how I'm passing. What will happen? The same data will allocated to this A and B. Means at this moment, A will become 90 and B will become 100. And then whatever operation it is, you will able to see the result and finally it will print that result. Are you understanding what does mean by compile time parameter passing? While calling that method, if you are passing any data, that is called compile time parameter passing. One more important question. What is the difference between argument and parameter? Everyone, this is a technical term, right? Argument, and there is another term parameter. So you need to understand difference between both. See, argument means passing real data, okay, actual data, real data to method. That is called argument. But parameter means passing variables, okay, variables to method which which absolutely holds some data. Correct now? That is called parameter. So here I can say I'm passing parameter, but here I can say how we can read as a developer, we can say we are passing argument to this method because currently I'm passing real data. But this is example for what? Parameter passing at compile time. Please tell me, are you clear with the topic? See, now if I run this code, what will be the output? First, object will create and object will call add method. After that, it will call subtraction method and you will able to see result as per your input. So absolutely my inputs are 90 minus 100 and I'm getting minus 10. That is the result. Clear? Right? Now please have a look. Suppose I'm designing one more method. Public void multiplication. Again, I wanted to pass some operation for multiplication, but I wanted to pass some data. So I'm passing it here, okay? Integer A, integer B. Can we use different variable? Yes, you can. Okay, variable name can be anything. But I'm repeating AB again. Why it is so and how come I'm able to use same variable? So first of all, let me tell you. All these three methods and all three AB variables, whatever you are able to see, those are local to that method. We know the scope. Local data you can't access outside that method. So it doesn't matter if you are repeating same name variable. This is different. This is only related to add. These two variable only and only related to subtraction. And these two variable only related to multiplication. Again, how many parameters I'm passing? Absolutely two parameters I'm passing. Correct? Both the variables are local. A and B both are local. Now I will perform some operation. Just have a look. I'm writing multiplication is. And suppose I'm printing direct result A into B. That's it. Correct now everyone? So my method is ready. How we can call it? Yes, we can call it through the object. C1 is calling multiplication, but see, again I'm having two zeros here because I'm passing real data here. So let me pass suppose first entry as a 10, second entry as a 90. So at this moment, this method will get called. Whatever data you have shared, that will assign here. A will become 10, B will become 90. Correct? And then based on that data, you will able to see the result. And finally, the method is what? Displaying the result. Method is not returning anything. Method is just displaying and performing that operation. Okay, so if I run this, see I'm getting the third result also. That multiplication is 900. Got it? So this is what I'm just passing the parameter. I'm performing the operation and I'm printing the result only through that method. But what if I just wanted to pass a parameter? Method has to perform operation. But this time I want method has to return something. So whenever you wanted to return any information from the method, we use return keyword in Java. Okay. So I will add this point here. So when we return, okay, when we return any data, any result, whatever it is, okay, from the method, from the method, Then when we want to return any data result from the method, then we use return keyword. Okay, return keyword in Java. Now guys, few rules you need to understand. Okay, whenever you are following return keyword, first is we use we use return keyword, return keyword, and return statement, okay, is last statement, okay, last statement for your method. Remember, inside a method where you write a return, it is always a last statement, okay, for your method. Second, you need to change, okay, you need to change return type, return type of method. So guys, return type you need to change means, suppose I'm returning integer type of data. Then instead of void, I will be writing integer. Okay, suppose I'm returning string type of data, I will be writing string. If I'm returning any boolean type of data, whatever type of data you are returning from that method, you need to define that return type. Okay. And remember, third rule is what? Okay. Return keyword, return the result. Okay. Return the result to the calling function. So the point is method will return, that is fine. But to whom method will return the data? Always remember method will return a data to the calling function for your program. So at this moment, see, we have just discussed how exactly we can pass a parameter. But now I'm explaining to you parameter passing. Okay, parameter passing with return, right? Previous all the examples are without return. But now let's understand with return if I wanted to pass any parameter, how exactly I can do that. So guys, first rule, how to declare a method. Yes, you need to write public. Let's say void. I'm writing division method. Okay. What I wanted to do, I wanted to pass two parameters. Great. So I'm writing here integer A again, integer B, right? At this moment, how many parameter I'm passing? Yes, one more time, two parameters only. Correct? Two parameters only. Both are local. Yes. What I'm going to do now, I just wanted to perform operation. See, what I will do, I will declare one more variable. I'll say A divided by B. Okay. So final result at this moment, final result is available inside the C variable. Correct? C holds the result. And that result I wanted to return from this method. So whenever you wanted to return anything from the method, use return statement. I mean this keyword. But this keyword, I mean whatever statement you will be writing, where you need to write return keyword statement always is a last statement of your method. You can't write first line or in between middle, right? No. If you wanted to return anything, it should be always last line. Okay, so return. What I wanted to return? Yes, I wanted to return C. Now what is the problem? Why I'm getting error here? I have written everything perfectly. But Java says if method is void, then you can't return anything from the method, right? But this time, if I really wanted to return anything from the method, I need to change return type of the method. Correct now? So guys, we learn void is what? It is a return type. When you say void, void means method will not return anything. But suppose you wanted to return C and C is a type of integer, absolutely instead of void, I will be writing integer. And this is the correct definition for your method. Now clear? This is how I'm declaring my return method. So division is a method which will accept some input, which will perform operation and which will return the result to you. Now clear? Okay, great. But guys, one more thing. Whatever data will be or whatever result will be, that will return to whom? This method is now capable to return something. But that data, it will always return to calling function. So let's call the function, right? How I can call a function? Again, it is an instance. I can call with my object C1. I can call division method. Great. Here you can pass your number. But guys, one more point you can notice. When I say dot operator and if I'm calling division method, can you just have a look? This is a method. Two arguments we need to pass, both are integer type. That is fine. But after colon, we discuss after colon whatever it is, that is a return type. So currently this method returning what? This method returns you integer type of data. So basically I'm calling this method, I'm passing some data. Let me pass, okay, this particular data. And at this moment, what will happen? The method will return me integer type of result. So guys, if you don't declare that result, you will not able to see the output. See, only this is the way you are calling. That is fine. So what will happen? Method will get called. Whatever your data it is, it will assign to this variable. Means at this moment, A will become 90, B will become 60, whatever input it is. And finally, it will perform division. It will return the result, but it will return the result to the same line. But at this moment, if I don't write anything to hold that result, you will not see the result. Correct now? See, means if I run, you will just able to see previous three result: addition, subtraction, multiplication. You will not able to see anything for division. Why it is so? Because this time division method, when you call, method get executed, method will return the result, but that return output you haven't stored. If you store, you will able to print it. See, now I'm storing result. Correct? Now I can say, okay, I wanted to print this result. This time, definitely this result is a division result. So let me put the message. Division is. And then if I execute this, you will see the division result. Now can you see that? I'm getting division is 1. Everyone, are you clear how exactly we are executing the code? What does mean by return keyword? Whenever you wanted to return anything from the method, this is how you will design the method. See one more example. Public, suppose void. I'm having info method. Okay. Now in this info method, suppose I'm not passing any parameter. So at this moment, I can say it is a zero parameter method. That is fine. So this is not a rule that every time if you wanted to return anything, you are passing some parameter first and then you are returning. No, in general, you can design any method and method can return the data. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, please have a look. Inside this, I will declare one message. Okay. So message is my variable and I'm just writing message is hello all. Clear? This is my message. But guys, what I'm going to do now at this moment, I wanted to return this message. Okay. Now please tell me, when I write return message, what exactly return type I need to write here? Hmm.
String.
String.
Because current message is a string type. Absolutely. I will be writing string. One more point, if you have a question, at a time can we return two values? Answer is no. In Java, at a time you can just return one single value. Okay. But you can't return directly two values at a time. So whatever you are returning, make sure that the same output, whatever output it is, you wanted to return. So I can simple declare my method and who is returning string type of information. Great. Now let's call it. So again, it is an instance. I'm calling with this particular C1, right? C1 object. See, info is a method and this will return a string. Great. So only calling is not enough. Whenever it is written, you can store it also. Now tell me, whatever result it is, this method returning me string type of result. Means which type of variable I need to declare? Can I write integer result? No, right? Method will return you string. So you need to declare here same string type of result. Are you getting my point? And at this moment, I can print. Okay, so result. And if you wanted to write meaningful message, right? So info is, okay, I'm just writing info is, and this is the info. Fine. And let's run. So at this moment, you guys are able to see that message in your console. So basically this concept is called compile time parameter passing with return, in fact, without return. So previous three examples we have just observed like these three, okay, without return. I'm not returning anything. But these two examples we have seen with return. If you really wanted to return something, this is how you will return. Now, where exactly you will need this in automation? Yes, guys, the main point is what? In automation, somewhere we need a test data, correct? So whatever your test data it is, you can declare within this method. And same test data you can return from this method to your original test script, and there you can run the test case, correct? So yes, we need this topic multiple times. Whenever you feel that method has to return something, always we need to write return statement within that method. And then whatever type of data it is, okay, you can write. So directly also you can pass in this manner, or you can do some operation like this also possible. So if I wanted to return this multiplication, I can write in this manner and I can return the data. So it doesn't mean only final data you are passing. You wanted to do the operation and whatever result it is that you wanted to return, you can write in this manner also, right? So both the way return statement you can write. So what is the purpose of this keyword? Return keyword. Remember, whenever you wanted to return anything from the method, we always follow return keyword in Java. Okay, so this is the special keyword we have in Java. So first point is clear. Any doubt here? What is compile time parameter passing? What is argument? What is parameter? And how we are passing the parameter to the method? Yes. First of all, why we need passing parameters? Just to make our code dynamic. Okay. Somewhere, if you declare this kind of method, see, add. So what is happen in add method? My data is a hard code data. I will be not able to change it. Okay, because it is a local data. But whenever you can see parameter passing, number of time you can call that method. Doesn't matter. See, I can call here number of time, right? See, C1 dot, again I'm calling subtraction. And then whatever type of data you want, you can pass it. So at this moment, I'm passing suppose 89 as it is an integer type, okay? 89, 78, I'm passing. One more time I'm calling, okay, subtraction. Where I'm passing integer, okay, fine, 90 and 56, right? Multiple time I'm calling and multiple time I'm passing that data. And this time you will able to see dynamic result, because every time depends on your input, you will able to see the change in the result. Are you getting my point? But addition is getting changed? No, it is fixed because I have used hardcode data. I declare my data within a method. But now I can make my code dynamic. Whatever input it is, you can pass, call a method, and method will do the operation. You will see the result in the code. So parameter passing, we need to make our code dynamic. But you need to understand both the way. Compile time, run time. This is all about compile time. First tell me, is this clear? How we are passing compile time data? Any doubt here? No, right? Yeah, great. So generally, whenever you are calling any method and if you are passing any real data to that method, that means you are passing or you are performing compile time parameter passing. But guys, runtime means I wanted to accept something from the user. Runtime, it is again another interesting topic where you can read input from the user. Now let me help you with the topic. Okay. How exactly runtime parameter you can do or you can pass. Okay, before parameter passing, I will talk about how to read any input from user. Now I wanted to make more dynamic. Whatever input it is, I don't want to declare in my code. I just want every input from the end user. So I'm asking user to enter some data and user will enter that data and that data you will use and perform the operation. Clear? But remember guys, whenever you wanted to read any input from the user, Java provides you very special class and that class name is scanner class. Okay. We have very special class to follow. That class name is a scanner class, which is a part of java.util package. So this class definition available under this package. But how exactly scanner works? Now please have a look. Scanner will help you to read a input, correct? So very first, it is a predefined class in Java. Whenever you wanted to read any input from the user, you need to create an object of this class. Now you know that, right? How to create an object? Class name. So my class is a scanner. any reference variable name. Suppose I'm designing SC. Okay, any name you can write here. Then object will be created with the new keyword which I have designed. And I need to create a constructor, right? Constructor means class name will be same, correct? But scanner class will help you to read a data. So what I need to do, I need to pass one parameter inside the constructor. If you don't pass, you will not able to read. So which parameter we are passing? Scanner class accept input stream. Okay, now in Java, remember output stream means what and input stream means what. In Java, output stream will help you to print something. Like we write now, system dot out. I can say this is output stream. Then what does mean by input stream in Java? Input stream means whenever you are writing system, which is a class, predefined class, dot in, which is called input stream. This will help you to accept the data. This will help you to print the data. Got it? So I will be passing here system dot in because scanner will read the input. Got it? So the first line you need to write object of scanner and where you can pass system dot in as an argument. Okay. Now guys, how we can read a data. This class is very special. Now data can be of any type. It can be integer, it can be double, it can be string, it can be character, any type of data. So scanner class has multiple method and that's the reason it is quite simple. Example C. If your data is an integer type, okay, one more beauty. You don't need to remember method, okay? While writing the code itself, you can take the, check the format of method and you can decide which method to use. Every method begins in scanner to read an input which begins with next prefix. Means I will be writing if my data is an integer type, then I will be writing next int. That is the method. Okay. Suppose your data is a float type, then you will be using a method next float. How simple it is to remember, right? If any data it is double type, then I will be using absolutely next double. That is the method. Okay. For string, method name is next line. Remember, for string, you will have method which is a next line method. And rest of the method as per their type. Next double, next integer, next boolean, next float, right? And I'll show you how many different methods are there. But remember, whatever type of data it is, based on that, you can take a method, read that input, store it into variable, and reuse it. Okay. Now please have a look. First example on scanner. How exactly scanner will help you to read, and then I will talk about parameter passing. So very first under week 3, I'm creating new class. Okay, this is scanner demo. Okay, and let me take main function. Main function is important. This is a entry point. Guys, what I'm going to do is I will ask a user first, enter your name. Great. So I'm asking user enter your name and user has to enter something from the execution. Okay, or at the time of runtime only. So what I'm going to do, I will declare a scanner. Just have a look. Scanner. Now I'm writing reader. Any name you can write. S1, S2, anything. I'm writing this scanner will read now. So I'm writing this is a reader. Reader is equal to new scanner. Okay. Constructor. And in the constructor, what we are passing? System. System is a predefined class in Java. Every class begin with capital letter. So you need to write S capital. Then you can write in, which is called input stream in Java. And this will help you to read a data in a byte stream. Clear? So at this moment, I will put the semicolon at the end of this statement. And scanner is a predefined class. So do import it. So you can see I'm getting the message, right? Import it from what? Which package? Java.util package. Okay, great. I have imported the class definition. Now what the reader will do? The scanner class object name is a reader. Now reader, what happens whenever you will run this code? You will get a message, enter your name. Then you need to write your name. So whatever data you will pass, we need to accept it and we need to store into variable. So I'm using here statement reader dot next. Now you tell me our data is a which type of data? Whenever I'm writing name, name is a collection of character. Means it is a string. For string type, see the different methods. We have next method, but guys, let me tell you, next method will only read, okay, generally it will read just a single character. Okay, return type is string, but no, actually what happens, it reads only limited data. So we don't prefer next, but you can see next boolean, next byte, next double, float, even big decimal, big integer, and next line is there. So instead of next, you can directly follow next line, which will returns you accurate data. Okay, so here you can see this is the advances that scanner pass the current line. And what this next will do? Next will find and return the next complete token for the scanner. So exactly it will not return you the full text or full data, right? That's the reason we are using next line method. So whenever I apply next line method, see the return type. Return type will be what? It is a string. So I can write here, let's say string, and my variable is name, because I'm asking user to enter a name. So I hold that variable into name variable. And now guys, suppose I wanted to show this type of message, hello name, correct? So I'm just making dynamic code. Let's see how it is working. Please have a look. Now I'm executing the code. It is asking me enter your name. I'll come to the next line and I will write. Please have a look. I'm able to pass the data, okay, directly from execution. And now the execution result is what? Hello Priyanka. Easy. So this is how you are able to create a dynamic logics. Read input from the user, perform operation, and yes, you are able to do in this manner. Are you understanding what is scanner? Okay, let's say I'm asking one more question. Okay, let's say enter your ID. Okay, let's take this example. Enter your ID. Okay, so ID means number. User will enter some ID, I mean number. So at this moment, we need integer type of method. So I'm just using what? Reader dot absolutely next. And you can see we have a direct next int method. This method reads input and then we can hold as a integer type of ID, correct? And now I can print again, or you can perform operation on that. So I'm just writing your ID is, and here I'm printing that ID. Clear everyone? Okay, let's see. One more time. So again, it is asking me enter your name. Let's say I'm writing. Again, it is asking enter your ID. I'm writing. And yes, I'm getting that message. Clear? So any input you guys are able to pass, you can accept it, and even you will able to see the result. But this is not parameter passing, no? This is just what? I'm reading something from the user. Correct? Okay, one more point. I have written everything, but still why I'm getting warning on reader? I have you reuse also, right? But guys, there is another issue. Whenever you follow scanner class, it will occupy internally some memory. But for scanner, JVM will not release automatic memory. So scanner says this is a resource leak. Reader is never close. What is the meaning of resource leak? Resource leak means memory leak issue. Memory get occupied, but memory is not released. So we need to do release that memory. Even you don't do that step, that is fine. Your code will run. But to release the memory or to remove this warning, just write reader dot close method. That's it. So whenever you follow close, you will not able to see any warning. Okay, that is another rule. Whenever you write a scanner class, you can follow. But this is not parameter passing. When I can say parameter passing, whenever I will read input from the user and same input if I pass to my method, then only I can say I'm doing parameter passing. But this whole process I can say runtime parameter passing, because I'm not passing data during compile time. This time I wanted to read data from the user, pass it to the method, and method has to perform operation. Got it? Means the concept is what? Please have a look. Suppose I'm creating one class. Okay. Let me explain basic demo. Runtime parameter passing. Okay, just have a look. Very first, let me design a method. Now I'm giving you very simple example again. Let me design add. And here I'm passing two variable, let's say integer a comma integer b, any variable name you can write. And at this moment, I'm just passing, okay, I'm just printing the data. Addition is. And here absolutely I'm writing a plus b. Great. Okay, my method is ready. But how the inputs I'm taking or passing to this method, I will read it from the user. So guys, please have a look. First, I will declare scanner. Scanner sc new scanner. Okay. In the constructor, I'm passing system dot in. Great. My scanner class is ready. Let's import it from java.util package. Now I'm asking user, okay, enter C, first number. Okay. Great. User will enter first number, right? Let's accept it immediately. Sc dot next int, that is a method. This method reads the data. Now I'm storing it into integer type variable. I'm writing number one. Great. Now again I'm asking user enter second number. Okay. Great. Let's read it. So sc dot next int. Next int. Again it is an integer type of data. And I will store it into variable integer number 2. Now I'm having both the number from the user, but these two number I need to pass to this method. This method is a part of a class, I mean instance method. How I can call a method? Absolutely through the object. So I will come and I will first create an object. Correct? Now using R1, I can call add and there I can pass number 1, number 2. Guys, this is what I'm doing runtime parameter passing. So whatever input I'm passing at runtime, same input I'm passing to my method and I'm just trying to print the addition. This will work, right? Just have a look. If I run this code, okay, first input, it is asking me enter first number. So I just write 100. Okay. Enter second number. Okay. Spelling mistake. Let me enter suppose 20. See, I'm getting addition is 120. So results are correct, right? So means you need to understand the point. How exactly we are reading the input from the user, how we are passing to the method, and how the method is performing the operation. This is called runtime parameter passing. Everyone clear with the topic? Yes. So already few assignments I have submitted. I mean, I have already given to you. Try as per the topic few assignments. So assignment number 3, okay, create a logic, okay, create a logic for runtime parameter passing, okay, for methods like add, again subtraction, okay, again you can just create multiplication method, you can create division method, you can create, okay, less modulus method, right? So declare a five method, accept data from the user, pass it to the method, and just complete your task runtime parameter passing. Same code you can practice for your compile time also, right? Try with return, without return. Okay, try with and without return. So I'm asking you only for a practice, just try with and without return both the way. Okay. So I hope topic is clear. Yes, everyone. Any question on this topic? What is runtime parameter passing? What is compile time parameter passing, right? Yeah, tomorrow I will show you return keyword statement also how you can follow. But still, if you understood the topic, you can also try and you will able to see like result, how exactly results are coming. Because process remains same. Only compile time means while passing the argument directly by calling that method, right? And runtime means accept it from the user and then pass. Okay, fine. Chalo, any question on this topic? Let me update your code on a GitHub. Okay, so I think it is what day? Just a minute. Day 6 or day 7? Just let me confirm that. I think it was no. It was day 3, day 2. Yeah, day 6 already done, right? So this is our day 7. Okay, so I will just pass this code on GitHub and you can refer from it. Okay, this is our day 7. So I will just update it. And guys, see, even though these are the small topics and all, but these topics plays very important role. So practice it well. Okay, then only you will understand the whole concept. So do practice, right? Git commit -m. So Java day 6, right? And the date is also 6/1/2025. Done. Git push -u origin to master. Okay. So please access all the code, everything from the GitHub repo. Okay. Done. Chalo, fine. If no more queries and all, let's stop the session and we will continue tomorrow again at the same time. Okay. At 8:15. If in case any schedule get changed, right, then I will update. But otherwise, join the session at same time. Chalo. Bye everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Thank you.